Well, Pooh Shiesty now knows that he will spend at least the next 3.5 years of his life in prison for his involvement in a confrontation outside of a Florida hotel back in October of 2020. So Shiesty got hit with a 5-year and 3-month sentence on Wednesday, but because of time served, he could very well get out as early in about 3.5 years, which puts Shiesty on a timeline to get out maybe around 2026. The 1017 rapper, according to his attorney, was, quote, happy with the decision from the U.S. District Judge Kevin Michael Moore in Miami federal court, considering Shiesty could have gotten up to 8 years and 1 month in prison because of the plea deal that he agreed to with federal prosecutors. Shiesty's attorney said, listen, nobody's happy to go to prison, but he was happy that the judge listened to the argument and the judge received the argument well. So I want to read to you guys a little bit of the argument made from Shiesty's attorney, Bradford Cohen, who's a guy who's worked with guys like Kodak Black in the past and helped Kodak get off on a lot of time that he was facing. Here's what Bradford said. The government wants the court to believe that Mr. Williams, which is Shiesty's government name, with a net worth of about $3.4 million, planned a robbery, then committed a robbery, and then shot a known drug dealer who knew him well and could easily identify him, all over a few $100 drug deal for personal use while he was driving a lime green McLaren that he rented from the alleged victim. The court is asked to consider the fact that Pooh Shiesty's life is a life worth saving. Shiesty's father was incarcerated for much of the client's formative years. Shiesty remembered visiting his father in prison when he was about 10 years old and described the experience as scary. Shiesty also witnessed his mother being physically abused by a longtime boyfriend, lost multiple friends to gun violence, and was shot twice himself as a teenager. Once in a drive-by shooting when he was 14, and again when he was shot in the arm while attending a local police and community basketball game at the age of 17. There were few, if any, positive influences during Shiesty's formative years. He began abusing marijuana at 12 and quickly became a daily user. Shiesty transitioned from extreme poverty to successful and wealthy musicianship was also immediate and certainly life-changing. Soon after Shiesty earned his high school diploma, he started making a name for himself with YouTube and Facebook videos of him rapping. By the age of 20, he had signed his first deal with Gucci Mane. A few months later, he signed another deal with Atlantic Records. Almost overnight, Shiesty became a millionaire. At the time, he was still not old enough to be served alcohol. So as you can see, Shiesty's attorney made a pretty compelling case to get some type of leniency in court, and Shiesty's attorney believes getting a 5-year and 3-month sentence is some type of lenience. Attorney further argued that it wasn't Shiesty who fired the weapon in the botched Florida drug deal outside of the Landing Hotel in the Bay Harbor Islands on October 9th, 2020. He also disputed the prosecution's theory that Shiesty was involved in the robbery. In the court filings, he said his client was trying to purchase a minor amount of liquid codeine for personal use from someone that he knew. Look, I got to be real with you guys, man. Just speaking on Shiesty, the rapper, he is immensely talented. And be clear, the rap game is going to miss the impact of Pooh Shiesty. Specifically, the Memphis scene is going to miss the contributions that Shiesty has brought to the game over the last couple years. It's supposed to be his moment right now. You know, Dirk is shining, and it was going to be Dirk's moment, but it was supposed to be Dirk and Shiesty next to him right now. It's unfortunate. I am one of those people that believe Shiesty, because he is a street rapper, I believe whenever he gets home in about 3.5 years, I still think the brother will have a crack at success. I actually know a couple people that work with Shiesty. They're not going to let this dude fall off. And this is why it pays to have some talent to yourself. I believe Shiesty will be fine. I think when he comes home, like his CEO Gucci, he will be celebrated for not telling on nobody, for doing his time. And if you're asking me, Shiesty, who will be around, what, the age 25, 26 when he comes home, if you're telling me a young gentleman who, speaking of Lil Durk, is still younger than when Lil Durk popped a couple years ago, you were telling me you don't think that guy's going to be able to bounce back and have success, I think you're mistaken. I think Shiesty will still have a crack at this thing. Hate this had to happen, but it is what it is. Shiesty is sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison for a Florida case. It happened back in October 2020. Shiesty is going to do most likely around 3.5 years. You include time served. If he gets out on good behavior, he could probably be out around 2026. All right? Best of luck to that man's family, all parties involved. I'm out.